Hello, everyone. So, this week's reading was really interesting and learning about informed consent and what the ACA requires and what our states require. The ACA requires the purposes and goals and techniques that the counselor uses should be included in the informed consent, potential risks and benefits of services, and what's going to happen if the counselor dies or becomes incapacitated, information about the fees and billing and confidentiality and its limits, and the client's rights to get information about their records. And looking at the Colorado requirements, a client is entitled to receive information about the methods of therapy techniques used, the duration of therapy, the fee structure. The client is entitled to a second opinion from another therapist. And again, like the ACA, they warn about there's no professional relationship and sexual relationship, and there should be no dual relationships. And also, the information provided to the client is legally confidential, except in cases of suspected abuse or where the client is a danger to themselves or somebody else. Interestingly, it doesn't talk about court cases. In some of the informed consent that I saw online, in Texas, they do talk about if their records are subpoenaed by a court. So that was a difference in some of the other states. Looking up an informed consent from a therapist here in Colorado, she did include her professional background, like the ACA Code of Ethics requires. She talked about her bachelor's degree and her master's degree. She talked about the practice of licensed and unlicensed persons in the state. She talked about that the client is entitled, to give the methods of therapy and techniques used and the duration of therapy. She talked about her fee structure, how long a therapy session is, how she bills insurance. She talked about confidentiality and when she would disclose. She actually went above and beyond what the state of Colorado requires and did talk about when she would be subpoenaed, she would give information about the client, or if the client asked her to appear in court, she would have to give information under penalty of perjury. And she also talked about how she would charge the client a fee if they asked her to appear in court, a fee per hour if she had to prepare for court. So that was interesting, something that I didn't see on the other informed consent pieces. Her informed consent was actually shorter, though, than some of the other ones that I saw. And one thing that I found interesting that I thought was really thoughtful of the client is she said in feedback, she said, "Your input in treatment is invaluable. Please keep me informed in terms of what you feel works for you, does not work for you in our sessions. Please give me feedback about anything about our work together that causes you distress or makes you feel uncomfortable." And I thought that was really good to make the client a partner in their treatment. So that is some of the information that I found, and I hope you all have a good week.